In the waning days of the Wild West, one cowboy was determined to preserve a vanishing way of life.
Charlie, this is Nancy Cooper.
I understand you're an accomplished artist, Mr. Russell.
Truly, I've never seen their like.
That's all you ever saw in me was dollar signs.
I've never known anyone like you, but I need you to think about what you want.
This is the true story of Charles Russell, the cowboy artist. I was just a young man when I first headed west. In the years that followed, I became a cowboy, a gunslinger, and even served as sheriff of Dodge City, one of the most lawless towns in the country. My name is Bat Masterson. Now I'm a reporter, and I've come west again to chronicle the world that I know best, the American West. Lure of gold, land, destiny flooded the frontier with men both good and bad. These are the incredible true tales of the Wild West. Mrs. Charles Russell, I presume?
Please, Mr. Masterson, call me Nancy.
I hope you didn't drag that crate all the way from Montana on my account.
There was no problem. Gentle, gentle.
Magnificent.
I'll let you in on a little secret. That fella on the horse, that's Charlie.
I had no idea you'd go to so much trouble to show me Charles' work in person.
We like to say on canvas. Mr. Masterson, there's nothing I wouldn't do to introduce people to Charles Russell, the cowboy artist.
I like that.
When you reached out asking about doing a piece on Charlie and his work, well, I had to make sure you saw his art and see how truly special it is.
So is, Mr. Russell gonna...
Oh, his work takes up a great deal of his time. When you wrote asking about an interview, well, I'm happy to step in.
As what, a proud wife or his agent?
Does that surprise you?
I guess it shouldn't. So how'd you come by this arrangement?
It's not exactly the word I'd use.
Fair enough. When did you first get acquainted?
Is this what you intend to write about, Mr. Masterson?
Bad, please. Indulge me?
Most all boys dream of being a cowboy, but Charlie actually did it. He left the comforts of St. Louis for Montana and spent 10 years ranching and riding roundups.
Charles was still a young man when he quit ranch life. What changed?
Do you remember the winter of '87? Hundreds of thousands of cattle died in the snow, frozen and starving. When the owners wrote asking how bad it was, well, Charlie knew words wouldn't cut it. So he painted them a picture. When the snow finally thawed, the carnage was unspeakable. That painting was passed around Helena, and soon all Montana knew the name Charles Russell.
I've seen his talents, and I'm starting to discern yours. Where'd your paths finally cross?
Well, now we're getting to the good part. I was living in Cascade, working for the Roberts family. Good people. They took me in after my mother died.
Did I tell you that I knew the Russells and Helena? They must be beside themselves that Charles hasn't settled down by now.
How many more potatoes do we need again?
But I say it's just a matter of time and circumstance.
I'm back. I brought company.
Charles Russell, you're looking more handsome than ever.
Nancy, come on out here. Someone I want you to meet. Charlie, this is Nancy Cooper. She's the one who's been helping Leela around the house.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Russell. I've heard a good deal about you.
No cause for alarm, I hope. Oh. I could use a scrub.
Of course.
Charlie, you never told us what you were up to out in Canada.
Some work, a lot of painting. Live with a blood tribe for a spell.
Charlie here's got a soft spot for the natives.
Oh, my.
He paints them more than anybody else.
Someone has to. Or they're all gone.
Well, that's a noble sentiment. But it's high time that you start looking to the future. Starting a family of your own?
Well, I pity the gal who wrote me.
Well, I understand you're an accomplished artist, Mr. Russell.
Starving artist, more like.
Well, maybe I've seen your work somewhere.
We find most of it lining the walls of bars and brothels, but I can't imagine a pretty girl like you would frequent such establishments.
Really, Charles?
Now,
It's true.
he's had 6 paintings in the St. Louis Art Society, all handsomely mounted.
And none sold.
I don't know much about art, but I do admire Mr. Remington's work. The paintings in Harper's Magazine? Have I said something wrong?
Well, apart from being an Academy snoot, he's a fraud. He doesn't really understand the West. To him, the West is all just savagery. Because that's what sells. Nothing noble about it.
Still, he's quite successful.
There's more to it than making money.
Well, I believe art is a thing to be shared. The way you see things doesn't matter if no one else gets the chance to see your work.
Oh, I love this one.
It's called Waterhole.
Seems to me you met Charles at a crossroads. Cowboy life was behind him, and artist life hadn't quite taken off yet.
The crossroads is a fun place to meet someone. Chances are they've been waiting for you.
Oh.
What in the world?
I was attempting to sit. I was betrayed.
Keep quiet. You'll wake the whole house.
Yeah.
I'd be ashamed to be seen in your condition.
Oh, don't worry, Miss Nancy. The world still spins. Same with this room.
Well, I suggest you sleep it off.
Oh, wait.
Unhand me.
Why?
Because I told you to.
You're afraid.
I am not afraid of you, Mr. Russell.
Oh, no, not of me. Of everything else. Of all the other nasty surprises life's got in store for you.
You don't know me at all.
I know you're alone. Not lonely. When we all get lonely, I mean well and truly alone. We got that in common.
And what am I supposed to... Is this your idea of a courtship? If you've something to say to me, say it now.
That's how I say it.
I suppose you two didn't waste any time getting hitched.
We rented a place in Great Falls. Our basement leaked, and my kitchen got turned into a studio.
Two newlyweds living off paintings times must have been tough.
We were happy there, but Charlie still hadn't learned his own worth. Coffee, Mr. Cameron?
My thanks, Mrs. Russell. I must confess, I find myself transported by your husband's rustic cornucopia. The spirit of manifest destiny is alive and well in this studio.
Yes, we're very proud of Charlie's work and anxious to share it with folks.
As am I, madam. Truly, I've never seen their like.
Yeah? Well, what about them strikes your fancy?
In a word, sir, fidelity. These scenes of a lawless West, long gone, and the characters who made up its populace. The steadfast cowboy, the rustling horses, and the rugged terrain. They are vivid because they are true. You have woven into the very fabric of these canvases the elusive spirit of the Old West.
Mr. Cameron, Charlie and I are mighty impressed with your magazine.
Quite right. Mr. Russell, I'll arrive at the point, and let us neither dither nor delay.
All right. No dithering.
I would like to print this piece in Field and Stream. What is your price?
I don't know. I mean, whatever you think it's worth.
Though it seems garish to place a price on art, we must...
$40.
Forgive me, I'm not sure which party I'm negotiating with.
You said name your price.
As a show of good faith, Mrs. Russell, but let's be reasonable.
Well, $40 seems more than reasonable for a painting that's got such fidelity and vividness.
Mr. Russell, I'm afraid you've hitched your proverbial wagon to a jester. Good luck to you.
$35.
I beg pardon?
$35 and the painting's all yours.
15.
30.
20.
30.
$30. I'll send a courier to collect it within a week.
Great.
Good day, Mr. Cameron. Now, Charlie, don't be cross. It's high time somebody paid you what you're worth, and if you think I'm gonna stand here and feel guilty, well, I'm not.
$30!
No going back after that, was there?
Well, I already had a personal stake in the Charles Russell business. I just knew business could be better.
I guess you had to learn on the job.
Well, first thing I learned was that Charlie was as known as he'd ever be in Montana. So I had to get his work onto a bigger stage.
This is it, Charlie. This is the chance we've been waiting for.
A fair?
Not just a fair, the St. Louis World's Fair. The gateway to the West. There's gonna be a Montana pavilion, and the Palace of Fine Arts will show the best pieces of Western art from all over the country.
Nancy?
I figure we send 5.
No, 10 paintings. Charlie, you're gonna need to create some new work, and I mean paint like you've never done before.
Nancy, I appreciate the thought, but this is a farce.
What do you mean?
I mean, these city fathers want to put on a show. sell people a West that wasn't real.
Well, then give them something real. Well, I guess they'll fill up the gallery somehow. I can only guess how many paintings Remington will submit. We submitted 6 paintings. I'd never seen him work so hard.
Well, how long did the waiting last?
Weeks. We knew other artists were getting in, but not a word about Charlie.
That must have put a strain on things.
Looking back, I didn't realize the pressure I'd placed on his shoulders. Where have you been?
Nancy, darling, not so loud.
I've sat up half the night, scared to death, and you have the gall to come home drunk?
Well, I'm gonna set it right. I've had an epiphany, you see.
Charlie, you're not gonna paint right now. You're gonna talk to me.
I'm not gonna paint. Not tonight. Not ever.
No.
What's the point of all this, huh? This whole room reeks of death!
Beat yourself up if you like, but you will not do this. That's our future.
That's all I am to you.
Isn't that right?
Charlie.
That's all you ever saw in me was dollar signs. Well, this is what you got.
Charlie, I've never known anyone like you. I love you, and I believe in your talent. But I need you to think about what you want. I'd rather be alone than live like this.
I didn't have to think. I've lived too long in the past, trying to keep hold of something I don't even know if it was real. This is real. Whatever else I do, I want you right there beside me.
This just arrived. It's from the fair.
You read it? Go ahead. Nance?
4. They're taking 4 paintings. They're gonna hang them in the Palace of Fine Arts. Charlie, you've done it!
No. No. We did it, honey.
Charles Russell, the cowboy artist, produced close to 4,000 works of art in his lifetime. Nancy Russell worked tirelessly to promote her husband and his Western art, making the name Charles M. Russell world famous. Thanks again, Mrs. Russell. Seeing your husband's work in person, on canvas, was a rare treat.
Well, we can't thank you enough for sharing Charlie's work with your readers.
My readers want to know everything about the true West, which we both know is disappearing. But I now know, thanks in part to your unwavering belief in your husband, Charles Russell's preserving a little bit of that real West for the generations to come.